This is where we would normally have parked the car, leading into the house.
And on this side of the house, this would have been the bedroom, then the bathroom, then the kitchen, which doesn't seem to be much left of them at the moment.
Things started happening here on the 21st of December. We were ourselves down in Bermagui, and then when we came back, this town was in lockdown by about 80 kilometres worth of roadblocks. So I really came into the story a good week or so after the shell shock.
What happened is when it impacted here, we shut the pub, which was always a plan, and everybody evacuated to the community hall. And then the firefighters came and evacuated the community hall back to the pub, just because the conditions up there were too bad. So once the pub became the evacuation centre, we were open pretty much 24/7, and people could come in and out at any time and help themselves to whatever they needed. It just became the safe place, I think, for people.
Phil and Sarah are really unique. I don't know how you can look at a couple in advance of a catastrophe and say, these people will rise to the top and they will be amazing, but that's who they are. Nerriga, tiny little place, but the pub becomes the centre of everything, even for tourists who are driving past and want a meal. And so it just all came together in a very special way.
You know, we didn't do any of this all by ourselves. Like everyone that actually came and sought shelter here, then like we must all be animals of routine, because a routine would just establish itself. Cook breakfast at 6, then once you'd finished doing the breakfast, then make all the sandwiches for the firefighters' lunches, and then you'd start prepping all the ingredients and start cooking for the dinner. Even if people came like to just get a piece of information, they might say like, oh, I'll come and help you peel potatoes for half an hour, or like, so it was in that sense. It was a very...
It's a rotating door of help and people coming in.
With Anglicare, our little church has been able to increase the value and strength of our partnership to the Shoalhaven more widely. And so we've got a couple in our church, Leonie and Terry, who also lost their home, who then were able to connect myself and our Anglicare team to the people who've lost their homes. It's not easy to find Nerriga people always, because a lot of them just live in the bush and they're sort of in once a day if you're lucky. So what we would do is I would come up the hill and I would leave vouchers and their names on an envelope and behind the bar. And then you would get this amazing text back, very emotive texts. They were such little gifts and they were so appreciative and humbled.
People say to us, what do you need? And my first answer is nothing. And then my next answer is everything.
So in about 2 weeks, one of those Anglicare vouchers will be providing a water pump.
Jeff and Anglicare have come like at least 4 or 5 times already, and I think it's that is being able to chat one-on-one that has been really good for people.
Just the fact that people are coming out and still caring and talking and they haven't been forgotten. It's not that they just came out one day after the event and then gone back to Nowra and, you know, that was it. It's, I think, just the ongoing support. It reassures people that that there's a journey ahead and that they're going to have people there that are going to help and just have somebody to talk to, or, you know, say what's the next step, what do you need after this.
We're so grateful that Anglicare have committed to the long partnership rather than just first wave.